you're on Signs of Light. Well, how's everyone today? It's Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm on vacation right now with my family in Montauk, and I haven't had a vacation in a really long time, so it's nice. However, I know I promised you 66 days to personal serenity and inner peace, and so I am not missing out on one day. Okay, today I would like to just touch on a few topics, and as always I talk about sacred knowledge, which is light, nature, and dreams. Oh, before we get to any of our topics, which I do want to talk about a bit about UFOs and the constant barrage of leaks of videos out there, and we are going to be getting that report supposedly, allegedly, June 25th, which will give us a more of a defined understanding of what's been happening. Now let me just remind you a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I give suggestions to inner peace and personal serenity. I'm a holistic coach, and my holistic modalities include I'm a certified intuitive wisdom coach, a Reiki master, and an ordained minister. Bright light shines on us. Every thought is very powerful. We are all part of a whole. Your pain is my pain, and my pain is yours. Karma is a cycle of cause and effect. Now, the sacred knowledge I impart on you is to connect to a light source, which I'll explain later, and engage with nature and record your sleeping dreams for the universe to take you on your ultimate destiny. I'm so glad that you're joining us this morning. And I'm going to remind you that my purpose and mission is to help and heal and share my experiences, which have been to overcome darkness and negativity, and I have gained healing suggestions to inner peace. For a long time in my life, for many years, I sustained a position of feeling other people's energies and moods, and they stifled me, and that was because it's not out there. No one explains to you if you're empathic, which I'm an overly sensitive person, and that's why I really feel I'm capable, and I have worked with clients and I give readings because I am able to sense who the person is, and I go right to the heart. I don't see the outside of a person. I just go to their heart. And most all of us are born, if not all of us are born, with a beautiful glowing light in our heart. And through experiences and circumstances and life, it gets covered. And I'm here to tell you that you can uncover the light, and you can have light in your life and more happiness and feel more fulfilled. Joining with us to personal serenity and inner peace is beneficial for your inner spirit and heart. Transformation suggestions such as releasing negative emotions, pain, anger, sadness, and fear, and replacing with thoughts of goodness like light and pieces of nature. And I will mention to you how that works. So I always say, if you're feeling negative energy or emotions, you can release them. And how do you do that? You can go down to a body of water and you can shout it out and you can cry it out and ask it to leave your system. You can journal, you can write it down. You can just sit down and have a stream of consciousness about whatever's bothering you. Now, when you release negative energy and emotions, you have to replace it with something, right? And so I believe that replacing it with a light source, which is looking at a beautiful sunrise or a sunset, spending time in nature where you acknowledge that the world just does not revolve around you. We are all connected, we are all part of a whole. I'm here listening to you, and I am sending hope and blessings. Let me remind you, personal transformation does not require the opinions of friends, family, colleagues. It's your journey, connecting to a light source by participating in a visualization, watching a sunset or sunrise. Ask for light. Ask for light. And that's one of the reasons why we together will have a visualization. And I will have you close your eyes. During a relaxation visualization, you will close your eyes and you will feel stillness and peace in your heart, and you will encourage and ask for light, a ball of light, to come into your system. And as I say, touch your flesh, your bones, your organs, and every cell in your body. Some nature suggestions would be to spend time outdoors. If you need to ground yourself, my suggestion would be to spend time around a strong, healthy tree, sit on the roots of the tree for at least 15 minutes to gain some grounding. Or you can, if you're inside, you can imagine that your feet are firmly grounded in the ground. I'm a little nervous today because I'm just like out of sorts. I'm so sorry. So you can imagine that your feet are firmly planted in the ground, like the roots of a tree. That's what I meant to say. And what I do if I'm in a situation that I don't feel good, I will imagine that I'm standing in a forest of healthy trees that are around me. And somehow right away that grounds me. And I know I've been doing this a long time, but like I say, it's just a little spark of light, and it grows the more that you do this. And every single day, if one thing I say you take away from, it's just opening your heart and opening your mind and learning about something that maybe you're not quite sure about. But I know that by making a suggestion, I'm planting a seed. I wanted to mention dreams, and I talk about in the sacred knowledge, I say light, nature, dreams. That's all it is. It's very simple. Those three. And dreams. So dreams, I would like to say, are super important because they guide you. They can give you an alert. You can acknowledge a fear that you've had. And there's two types of dreams that are recurring. One is we revisit the same subject matter repeatedly, and that's a recurring dream. And a serial dream is which we share the same theme and continue the story as if developing a weekly episodic television show. Now, our minds process fear and desire into dreams, alerting us to danger or serving as premonitions of the future. That's true. If I look back in my dream journal a year ago, many of the circumstances and situations that are going on in my dreams from a year ago are happening right now, which I believe is synchronicity happening for me. And people call it coincidences, but it's synchronicity. And that's when things that have nothing to do with each other line up in a very strange experience. And I've been having those. For example, somebody will be saying something to me, and at the same time I'm reading it in a book or hearing it on the television, or I'm thinking of something and a stranger starts talking about it. Now we can do what's called Dreamwork. And what Dreamwork is before we go to sleep, you make a suggestion to yourself, like an objective to create an alternative outcome. And what you do is you state an intention. Like, for example, I will not run if I'm being chased. If I'm naked, I'll put on clothes. And also try to be aware of the location, details, and words and information and maybe numbers that appear in your dreams. I remember one time I had this dream that had a four or five digit number, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's the lottery number. I'm gonna go play those numbers. I was wrong. It wasn't a lottery number, but it's funny how some of the time when we see, I've seen words or sentences, or I try to look closely at a letter that's in a dream and I try to write it down. I don't really have a great memory when it comes to writing down my dreams in the morning. I write down the basic plot and the people. I'm not good with names, and that falls under as working in my industry, which is the paranormal. If I gave a reading, or when I give a reading, I hold the person's hand. I say, well, is it okay for me to connect to you? And instantly, when they say yes, I say, what's your name? They say yes, and then I get information. So we all have an energy field around us, and in the energy field is stored the characteristics of the person, which are their spiritual, emotional, and physical characteristics. And I will see something, and there'll be a symbol, or there'll be a situation, and then sometimes there's a spirit, which I kind of right away say, no, I don't want to talk about it. And I never get the name. I will get the personality of the person, I will get the way they look, but I won't get their name. I will never get their name. And I'm not good with people's names in person. If I'm introduced to someone in person, I literally forget their name a minute later. It's very strange with me. I wanted today to talk about UFOs and mention UFOs and what's going on with UFOs, which are not called UFOs anymore. They're called UAPs, which is unidentified aerial phenomenon. And a couple of my friends, my closest friends, they kind of follow what I do, and I send clips of the streams or the shows, and they also are interested in the same subject matter, which is UFOs, UAPs. And my one girlfriend sent me a clipping or an article. I have two people that did. And someone else I know actually this morning reminded me. She said, Mary, did you ever get this article I sent? So I'm going to talk about that. And then my other girlfriend, she sent me this morning something that came out yesterday, I think. But first we're going to talk about the older one. And then I wanted to bring up something up from this book that I'm reading right now, which is Strange Craft, and it's by a USAF retired pilot, George Filler. And he talks about Roswell and alien bodies and the crash and technology. Before we get to that, I wanted to read and tell you a little bit. So on May 26th, which was, today's May 28th, I believe, Newsweek published, it said their title was Far Out Sightings Where UFOs May Have Been Spotted. And in the article it says Area 51 Groom Lake, which we all know is Groom Lake, Nevada, perhaps the most famous spot associated with UFOs and extraterrestrial life. This highly classified military facility has fueled many conspiracy theories due to its secrecy. Area 51 is rumored to hold a crashed alien ship and the bodies of its passengers, and even alien technology. We wonder, is our technology from aliens? Did they do reverse alien technology in the past? Lockheed Martin? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, and then today, I was reminded this morning with one of my family members, hey, oh, sorry, I keep coming in. Mary, did you see this in the Post last night? and this was May 27th, so this was last night. I think it was around 10 o'clock. Newly released radar footage shows UFOs swarming Navy ship. Filmmaker claims Jeremy Corbell, which I can't show you the video because I'm actually streaming from my iPhone. And he put out this video, and it was released. It was taken July 15th, 2019. Shows sailors aboard the Omaha USS, and there was 9 UFOs swarming the ship at speeds of 160 miles per hour. I've read that UFOs travel 15,000 miles per hour, so I'm thinking to myself, oh, hi! Young Libra just donated $5. Hey! Fantastic. I look beautiful. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Young Libra. I hope you follow me. Now, I am streaming every morning. Usually my show is between an hour and an hour and a half, but when I'm on vacay, I'm only streaming about 30 minutes. I want to remind anyone out there that I am having a guest on Thursday, Psychic Evelyn from Scotland, and she's connected to angels, which I love to mention angels, which are beings of light, and they have wings. In fine arts, they have wings and halos, but let's think of them that way. Oh, you will? I hope that you follow me because I don't know, I'm just really, I'm hoping that this helps people, and that we join together and we are kind to each other and compassionate. So back to Evelyn is going to be joining us on Thursday, and she is also a psychic. She is a medium. She has premonitions, and unlike me, I don't want to know any of the bad stuff. I don't want to, if I have a premonition of some explosion or a crash or something super negative, I block it out of my head. I will not, but Evelyn, she talks about it. Okay, now, the unidentified, so the 9 UFOs, I'm referring to the New York Post last night, the 9 UFOs swarming the ship at 160 miles per hour. This is from the article. This happened July 15th, 2019. The Pentagon has confirmed that the videos prior leaked are authentic. They're authentic videos. The unidentified aerial phenomenon were part of a series of strange intrusions involving the U.S. Navy ships in the Pacific Ocean in July 2019, researchers say. Now, a new report defense officials will release, let me remind you, allegedly is June 25th. And in this report, the government will share, the Pentagon, the Office of Naval Intelligence, and the FBI will share information of UFO evidence. What's interesting about these new videos that have been leaked, the UFOs are able to travel in the water, underwater, and also in the air, and they just disappear. There's flying saucers, triangles, cigar-shaped UAPs. Okay, so from my book that I am reading right now, I'm going to just share something that he says. Now, this book by George was written, I always like to see when it's written, and I'm interested in books that are written in the 50s, I'm interested in books that are written now. This book was published in 2018, so it wasn't that long ago. So George says, here's a picture of George, so you can see him. And maybe I'll just hold that up so you can see while I'm reading. So George says, but ufologists, which are those who study UFOs, believe that there is much more the government has documented about UFOs, and the UFO history tends to support this belief. After all, the CIA worried about UFOs for years. The CIA and the U.S. Air Force have kept things low-key for a reason. The CIA documents indicate that intelligence agencies, in the interest of preventing panic, have deliberately chosen to debunk UFO reports and misinform the public. You know, I wonder, why do you think, young Libra, that they're doing this now? I don't know. I don't know why they're sharing this evidence now with us. I know that there was a whistleblower who came out, Lewis, and he was part of a program in the government, and so he knew about it, so he decided to release videos and information, and he felt that it was important for us, the public, to know. In 2007, the CIA published a history of an engagement with UFO sightings and aerial phenomenon. The history, CIA's role in the study of UFOs 1947 to 1990 describes the CIA's efforts to keep the lid on UFO investigations. According to the CIA, in late 1993, pressure from UFO groups and the general public led Director of General Intelligence James Woolsey to order a review of all agency files on UFOs since the 1940s. Though the public was unaware of this, the CIA since 1947 had been reading the Air Force files on UFOs and following reports of sightings in the press, as well as combing through civilian air traffic control logs and military UFO reports. Is there anything else I wanted to say from here? So basically, we're kind of, it's exciting. I'm wondering, what are we going to find? Oh, look, cool book. Thanks. Love the fun. I'm really myself intrigued to find out what we will find out. I don't, obviously we're not going to know everything. And I don't know if they're really going to release everything to the public. But I'm so curious, are these UFOs, are they being autopilot? Is there pilots? Are there extraterrestrials on board? Are there aliens on board? And what kind of aliens? Are there different ships? I had my friend Mujin Choi on. I'm saying his name properly now. Mujin Choi on Thursday, and he spoke of all these different aliens, and then I had someone in the chat ask, are they good aliens? And he said, it's interesting. As humans, there's a struggle between good and evil. I say good always triumphs. I believe good will always triumph. And he said that aliens have a fight between them. They are too struggling, good and evil. So I wonder, in these UAPs, are there aliens? Are they gray aliens? Are they tall white aliens? Are they Andromedans? Are they reptilian? And are they humanoid? Are they little green men? Are they tall blue men? I'm wondering, what kind of aliens, and will we hear about this in this declassified report coming out the end of June? I'm excited. Okay, before we go, I'd like us to just do a simple relaxation exercise together. Where I am, it's beautiful weather, and I'm very lucky, and it's funny because when the weather's good and you're feeling good, you don't work at becoming more relaxed because you already are. However, keeping up with this work is preventative. As you continually work on connecting to a light source, engaging with nature, recording your sleeping dreams. This is preventative. And maybe right now, if everything's great in your life, you feel like, oh, I don't need this. But if you watch me for a bit, and then one day when you're not feeling great, maybe I'll have planted a seed and you'll say, oh, I remember what Mary said, and what can I do to feel better? So let's do a quick little visualization together, relaxation. Nothing formal, just let's try to just, and it's good. I mean, it's good to just kind of let ourselves go. And when we become more vulnerable with our body and our relaxation, then it's interesting how our lives flow a little bit easier, and we don't feel stressed the same way. If something bad happens and you're feeling good, it doesn't hit you the same. It's when we're going through so much and then it feels like we're getting a lot of bad luck. But with this work, you will gain good luck and good karma. Okay, enough being said. So let's let out a breath. Blessings. Let's allow light and hope and love to come into our heart. Your ball of light visualization begins now. I'd like you to relax your body and close your eyes. Let's get into a comfortable space. Sit or lay down. Let's let out, let's release. Inhale and exhale 3 breaths, and we'll do it together. I'd like you to scan your body for stress from the top of your head, your crown chakra, to the tip of your toes. And let out a breath if you need to. And let's scan for any stress or tension in our head, our shoulders, our torso, our legs, and down to our feet. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're comfortably sitting, and in the distance you see an enormous glowing ball of light. And you feel that this ball of light you can trust, and it's hopeful, and it's safe. And as this ball of glowing, beautiful, brilliant light comes towards you, you're letting go and you're taking a breath. You're releasing a breath of any anxiety, prior thoughts, any old negative thoughts that you had. You're just going to let go. And this ball of glowing, brilliant light, it's impacting your body. And as it impacts your body, it's touching your cells, your mind, your heart, your bones, your flesh, and you can feel it. And as it touches you, you let go a little bit more, and you have a sigh of relief, and you know that things are about to get better. And you accept this light, and you feel safe in this light, and this light touches above your head and below your feet, and the light begins to spin around you, and you begin to feel energy moving inside of you. And as the energy moves, you can sense a more pure feeling come over you. And it spins clockwise. It spins 3 times clockwise, this beautiful, sparking, glowing ball of brilliant light. And it encompasses your whole body. And now the ball of light spins counterclockwise. And as it spins counterclockwise, you can feel that your mind, your heart, and spirit are one. And you trust the light. and the light is safe and pure, and you feel a stillness in your heart, and you feel that happiness is upon you. So stay in that moment and see what, and check what you feel, the stillness, the quietness, and the calmness that's in your heart now. And I'm going to count backwards to 3, and you open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. I know it's Friday, and that's fabulous because it's a holiday weekend, and I hope during this weekend that you will get a chance to have some time for yourself. And if that means setting your boundaries, like I say, setting your personal boundaries so that you have space and you can find exactly what you need to make you happy. I also hope that you get a chance to spend time outdoors and hopefully with someone that you love, whether it be a friend or family member or a significant other. I hope that you get a chance to enjoy this weekend and take your mind off of anything that's stressing you, because I'm here for you, and I am hoping that together we can find our personal serenity and inner peace and enjoy all of the things that life has to offer us, the miracles and our purpose, and helping us to be fulfilled within ourselves. And we don't need anything else. Just, like I say, inner chaos creates external chaos. If we're not calm and peaceful inside, then everything out here actually makes everything a whole lot worse. So when you become calm and peaceful inside your heart, you can do a body check. You can say, do I have any anxiety or stress or negative emotions? And if I do I need to deal with them? And when we deal with our stuff, then everything out here is just something to explore and to entertain us, but don't take it on. I know this as an empathic person, that it's a distraction from really what's important. So if you're going around and you're so involved with other people's stuff, then you will be taking your mind off of what's going on with you. Let's deal with our own stuff and enjoy what's going on out in the world. Thank you for joining us. You can find me on MaryAmyOfficial.com, my Mary Amy Official Facebook and Instagram, and I have a YouTube account. My blessings to you in honor of my Scottish grandmother, Lucille. Langmere may your lum reek, which means I wish you good luck and good fortune in the future. Have a wonderful day.